Ladies and gentlemen, who would have thought we are officially in a recession? And maybe not a normal recession because unemployment, it's still very low. The labor market is still pretty solid, but officially we have seen 2 straight quarters of GDP decline. So we got to break that down in this video. We're also going to go over the stock market, which funny enough is moving up in a pretty nice way so far today. It's currently about 145 when I'm filming. So we got a lot to talk about, guys. Plus we're going to go over some stocks, earnings, all that good stuff. So sit back, relax, take a sip of, well, in this case, I got a little bit of water. Take a sip of whatever you guys got. Make sure to hit that like button. Get your 10 stocks, excuse me, guys, from Moomoo, link down below, and your 6 stocks from Webull. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So like I mentioned, we're in a recession now officially, and the markets are moving up. Who would have thought, right? S&P 500's up 1.2% when I'm filming. The Russell's up 0.9%. The Nasdaq's up 0.8%, as we have the Dow Jones up about 1.1%. And now look at the VIX, guys. The VIX is down 4%, and we're getting awfully close to the low 20s. I mean, we're already at the low 20s, but if this thing takes out 20 and goes to the teens, that's going to be a pretty low point on the VIX. You know, we might be going down 16, 17. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but all I'm saying is if 20 breaks, 16, 17, 18, that could be next based on what we've seen here in the past couple of months. And have you guys seen the metals today? Holy freaking crap. Silver is up 7% as I'm making this, right around $20 an ounce, testing the downtrend, the top of the downtrend right here at about $20 an ounce. And we have gold moving up as well. Gold's up about, 2%, almost 2% on the day. Also testing the 180 SMA resistance on the 4-hour chart like silver. So I guess gold and silver obviously are running because we officially got the recession reading today. 2 straight quarters of negative GDP growth. And the crazy thing is, guys, this stuff is hilarious. The Dow Jones estimate was for a gain of 0.3%. And I saw a lot of estimates out there that were positive these past couple of days, but it came in at 0.9%, a decrease of 0.9%, and that's annually in the second quarter, following a decrease of 1.6% annualized in the first quarter. And, I mean, are you guys surprised? At this point, you shouldn't be surprised. We all know, well, maybe not all of us, but we've all been talking about how we've been feeling like we're in a recession. We've been in a recession for months. So I'd be the first to tell you, and I've been saying it here on the channel for months, I'm not surprised at all about this. But again, it's a very interesting recession because the labor market still seems pretty strong. Unemployment rate is low. And what was that stat we mentioned yesterday? Let me pull up the notes from yesterday. 2.7 million people were hired in the first half of the year. And the crazy thing is, guys, and one thing that we got to talk about quickly, the White House, they're trying to change the definition of a recession. Jerome Powell, all the higher-ups, they don't want everybody to know there's a recession. Even though technically now we are in a recession, they don't want people to worry about it. Again, the White House is trying to change the definition. And yesterday when Powell was asked, we talked about this in the video yesterday, and you guys saw the press conference. When he was asked, do you think we're in a recession? He said, I do not think we're in a recession. Now, technically, we are in a recession the day after he said that. And do you guys really think that he doesn't know the technical definition of a recession? He knows, and he knew that. He most likely knew. I'm 99% sure, in my opinion, that he knew that we were going to get a negative GDP number today, but he didn't want to say anything, and that's what politicians do. That's what the Fed does. They don't want to scare people. They don't want to freak everybody out and be like, oh yeah, now we're in a recession. Oh yeah, we're heading into a recession, guys, no doubt. They don't want that because it's going to cause hysteria, uncertainty, even more uncertainty than we've been seeing thus far. So that's the big news of the day, guys. We are officially in a technical recession. And again, unemployment's still low, but if that starts going towards where it was in 2008, the great financial crisis, which I believe unemployment got over 10%, maybe 10, 11% roughly at the peak. If we start moving towards 5, 6, 7%, then they're going to have no choice to claim the recession. and it's going to be very obvious at that point in time. And hopefully it doesn't get to that point, but history shows that it very well could. It very well could get to the point where we get way more layoffs, unemployment goes up even more. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Make sure to smash that like button if you have been finding value in this video, and do not forget to subscribe as well. And with that being said, let's run through some stocks. We had a couple of companies report this morning, and we're not going to go too deep into all these guys, but let's just talk about two of them. One of them was MasterCard, ticker symbol MA. This stock is currently up 2.5%, getting awfully close to my 355 alert, and I set that alert because it's right above the highs from last week and also right around where we are now. I think if we do crack above 355, we could start gaining momentum, maybe towards 370 roughly, even towards $380 a share. So MasterCard did EPS of 256 versus 235 estimated. So they beat EPS nicely. And they beat revenue, $5.5 billion versus $5.26 billion estimated. So it looks pretty solid. It is breaking out of the moving averages, double beat on the earnings revenue, and it looks like we're about to get a golden cross, but we got to be careful as it's still technically in this downwards channel, and we're testing the top of it right now, which is another reason why I have my alert at 355. So if that point breaks, guys, we might be gunning for 370, maybe even higher than that. So watch out for MasterCard. And another one is an airline. We had Southwest report this morning. They're down 6.5%. They did EPS of $1.30 versus $1.18 estimated on revenue of $6.73 billion versus $6.71 billion estimated. So that's a double beat for LUV. And they said they expect to be solidly profitable, whatever that means, for the remaining 2 quarters of this year and for the full year of 2022, which I guess that's a good sign, considering the airlines have been very volatile the past couple of quarters, past couple of years. And my fiance told me, she was like, did you hear about Spirit buying out or JetBlue buying out Spirit today? And I actually didn't hear about that news. She told me that about an hour ago. Is that something that's going on today? Yeah, look at that. JetBlue, yeah, it was from this morning. JetBlue agrees to buy Spirit for $3.8 billion. So these airlines, they're starting to consolidate, right? They're starting to come together, which I guess that's good. I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't really care. But, I mean, what do you guys think about that? You know, are you going to fly JetBlue and Spirit now? Are you going to fly this, that, the third? It's whatever. But it kind of makes sense in my opinion, though. The smaller ones are starting to come together. But, yeah, I guess that's a big piece of news in the airline industry today. JetBlue agrees to buy Spirit for almost $4 billion. JetBlue's down 2.5% on the day thus far. And we have Spirit, which I'm assuming is up. Yeah, it's up about 5% on the day. And Spirit stock, guys, is ticker symbol SAVE, also known as SAVE, which I guess that's a good, well, maybe not anymore, considering airlines are so, I mean, flights are so expensive these days, guys. Spirit used to be cheap, and now it's extremely expensive. When I went to Miami a couple of weeks ago, I flew Spirit, and I spent probably $400 or $500 on a round trip. I mean, pretty expensive. And we flew out of Newark, New Jersey, and it was even more expensive from Philly. It's crazy, and I'm assuming American, United, and we're actually going back to Florida at the end of the month or end of August. We're looking for tickets. We're looking at American, $500, $600. I mean, these are the flights are really expensive right now, and who knows how long it's going to last. Maybe, I mean, in my opinion, honestly, flight prices will come down in the next couple of months. It's coming. It has to, especially if we get into a deeper recession. Now we're in a recession. If we start getting the layoffs, unemployment rate going up, flights are going to have to come down in price. A lot of things are going to start coming down, like we see gas a lot of the time. Well, I mean, this is what happens. Gas runs up, and as the recession gets deeper, travel demand goes down. People aren't traveling as much, whatever. Gas starts to come down in price. So, I think it's going to come It's going to come to the airlines. The tickets are going to have to come down at some point. What do you guys think about that? And yeah, I mean, in terms of some other stocks, we have Amazon, I believe, after the bell today. What else do we have after the bell today? Let me double check that, guys. Give me a second. Let's see here. After the bell today. Oh, how could I forget? Apple. We have Apple. We have Amazon, Roku, Intel, and a couple of other ones. So make sure you guys subscribe because we're going to be making another video later on today breaking down those stocks, all the earnings, what I'm doing in the markets, what I'm doing with my positions because I do actually own Apple stocks. So make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and do not forget to get your 10 stocks from Moomoo. That's linked right down below. All you have to do is use that link, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get your 10 stocks, each of which could be valued up to $2,500. And you could also get 6 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. All those links, again, are down below. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, as always. Peace out.